All right, starting to record next session. All right, so uh where are we at from yesterday? I think what I ended up uh doing yesterday was what's going on? My mouse is uh Bluetooth. How about my wired mouse? Okay, cool. Yeah, so what we ended up doing yesterday was download an Ubuntu 24.04 image, right? But I guess the time where I left the computer on to now, a bunch of updates were probably installed. These software updates, so we can check that out. So, guess what we can do is we can at least just do a just quick restart so that things don't yell at us later, and then we'll continue on. So. Looks like the download finished just fine. Um, yeah, so today we're going to just install we're going to create a virtual machine and we're going to install Ubuntu, right? And then we're going to try our bash script on it to see if we can actually get some of the, the software tools that we had automated the install of to work on that virtual machine. I also realized that I should have probably taken some notes down into the markdown regarding all the groups and yeah, like those commands to add users to group and seeing what groups they belong to. I feel like that's a very useful thing to know. It's not the first time I've actually looked stuff like that up, so it's handy to have. Um, and then I realized too that I totally forgot to install Git, and that's part of um, my flow too, in terms of having that as a necessary piece of software. So yeah, just wait for this thing to restart. For some reason, it's not a good sign. Well, it's my streaming computer's here too. It's also gone dark. Oh, okay. Um, well, that's not good. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. All that flickering. So you're probably not seeing this on your side, but for me, my monitor is just like going crazy with all the flickering, and it just scares me. So yeah, let's do it. So let's open up our terminal again. And then let's also start up some VirtualBox because we're going to create a virtual machine. We'll start up some Visual Studio Code. And we'll also, um, for now, I think that's it, right? So what do we want to do here? So if we go back here, we need VirtualBox for virtual machines, and then we'll have um, Ubuntu 2404 image, LTS image. Okay, and then maybe a to do here is to add notes about adding users to groups. Don't say it. That's because we restarted before, and so we had to like kill VS Code improperly. So we want to add notes about adding users to groups, listing groups that a user belongs to, and then finally refreshing, I guess, groups, refreshing user groups, refreshing groups belonging to the user. So we'll add notes about that. And then we'll also need to make sure we install Git. You know what? Let's just do that right now. Let's just install Git. Let's install Git and then correct our post install script to have that. So installing Git is as simple as sudo apt install Git, and then we'll just add the password in. Then we'll have that install. Okay, great. So we'll just go back and update our post install script to have that. We can just install it right here, right? Git and -y. Remember, so when I installed Git, I got the prompt right here. Do you want to continue? Based off of all this notification here. You can bypass that again if you add a -y at the end. So yeah, just making sure we're all on the same page there. Okay, so now let's see if Git is actually installed. If I do git --version, I should see that now Git is installed. Great, so we'll save that file here. And then now it's time to create a basic virtual machine. So let's create a basic virtual machine. We'll do, let's see, we're in Oracle VirtualBox, and we just need to do new, I think. Yeah, new. And I'm just going to call this Ubuntu 2404 LTS. Simple. And I'll just store it in this default VirtualBox VMs folder under my home folder. And I'll pick an ISO. It's going to be from my downloads folder. And then I'm going to hit next. No, I don't want to do unintended. I want to do expert mode. Yeah. So again, Ubuntu 2404 LTS. It's been a while since I've actually used VirtualBox. So we want to do Linux. Ubuntu, is it this one? Skip unintended installation. When checked, the unattended install is disabled and the selected ISO is mounted on the VM. I think that's the one we want. We want to just customize. So yeah, this should be disabled now. And then we want to do hardware. Let's give it 4 gigs of RAM. So that is basically 4,096 megabytes of RAM. And then let's give ourselves 4 CPU cores. And then we'll have a hard disk created, a virtual disk under this directory. Let's just specify maybe 30 gigabytes would be good enough. VDI is fine. That's about it. So we'll finish. We're going to create a virtual machine, and then we're going to start this thing. And yeah, let's keep this maximized. Okay. Oh, this is capture. So basically, if we click inside our virtual machine here, it's telling you that, well, now all your keyboard and mouse input is going to be read by the VM and not by your computer, which is the host computer, right? Now, in order to like kind of have your VM release the mouse and keyboard, you're going to have to just hit the right control key on your keyboard, and that should kind of release your mouse, right? I'm just going to say don't show this message again, so I'm just going to hit capture. So now if I move my mouse, you probably can't see. I can't actually, yeah, I can't get out of my VM until I actually hit right control, which should work-ish. Oh yeah, I'm on a different keyboard. Okay, well, let's do this. How do I do this now that I'm stuck? Wait, was it something else besides right control? I think I just read the bold. I think it was probably... Okay, well, that's not good or nice. Or did this just lock up? I think this just locked up. How do I get out of here? Or maybe I can do this. Or this. Or this. Or this. Or this. I'm just pressing random keys now. Oh well, what do we do here? Let's do Alt Control F1. Oh, okay. Well, at least we got our input back, I think. Do I have it back? Let's see. No. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do F2, F1. Is there a way I can like kind of get back to maybe? Yeah, this is right control. And I do see if you look at the corner of VirtualBox, it's capturing, but I don't see anything on my screen. So this may have locked up. So I'm going to just do it the old school way and just turn off the computer and turn back on again. So just a moment. Let's Okay, let's try that again. This time I'm going to read carefully and maybe we'll just set the host key to be something else to escape. Not sure what that would be yet though. Oh, hope that wasn't too loud. Okay. Yeah, let's just start this up real quick. Check out what's wrong. So let's do settings. Well, that's the settings for VM. How do I do this? File preferences. Ah, okay. Input. Let's type host key. No. Where do we set the host key? How about we do CTRL? There should be one with just control. How do we set the host key? Tools? Help? Contents? Search? Host key. This is not helping. Huh. Host? I'm not even connected on the internet. Did I break something? Toggle on, toggle off. Very Dust IoT, connect. I would assume this help would be offline. Well, this is not good. We need the internet to get anything done nowadays. So let's see here. I know. Again, let's see. You know what I'll do? WPA and WPA2 personnel. What if it was not? What if it was WPA3? I'm gonna have to unplug my adapter and see what happens. I guess I should not have I shouldn't have turned off my computer in that way. So good. So maybe I'm thinking that we should probably restart the computer properly one more time. Maybe that could help. Maybe things will magically work. So let's see. So I think my next to do will be to just find spare Ethernet cable and then just jack into my Switch. I think I've had enough with Wi-Fi. But then again, to be fair, this Wi-Fi adapter was just something I randomly found in a kitchen drawer. So I'm pretty surprised it just worked. So yeah, again with something is just odd. Like this was super okay at first. Something locked up, I guess. Hmm. Uh, should be working now. Try one more time. Okay. Looks like my Wi-Fi is back. I can see it. Okay. Great. Okay, that looks like it's working. Good. Okay, so try one more time. All right. So again, contents. Let's look for a host key. Oh wow. This user manual is absolutely useless. Let's just search the internet. Was it set host key on VirtualBox? Change the host key. Oh, it's per virtual machine, I guess. VirtualBox preferences input virtual machine. No? Wait. So we were looking at the wrong thing. Preferences? Input? Oh, we were looking at the VirtualBox manager. It should have been here. Ah, it's right here. So if I did left control, maybe that would help because I do have a left control on my keyboard. So here goes nothing. Okay, I don't want this. Okay. Oh, there we go. Look, it works. Okay, so I can't move my mouse. Now I can move my mouse again. Okay, good. All right, we're sort of in business now. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Okay, so let's just get this installed, and then we'll write some notes on a few things, and then hopefully by then the install's fine. So let's see. And it should be faster too because it's not running off of a USB stick anymore. It's just running off my local SSD, which I don't know, could be fast, could be slow for what it is. Oh, also there is one thing. I'm probably getting a black screen because of a quirk in VirtualBox. So this is, I guess, another useful thing, another quirk that I remember. And this is like even a couple of years ago, and I can't believe this is still the case here. But I think for EF5 virtual machines, you're gonna get like a black screen or so. So either that or it's just taking forever. Uh, I know at some point we used to get like black screens and we wouldn't know what to do. So let me do this. Let me just look at the settings of this virtual machine, and let's say uh, let's do this. General motherboard. Oh, it looks like it's BIOS, I think. Selects the chipset. Okay. Processor. Well, let's just turn it off and see what happens. Oh, wow. Hmm. Yeah, might have been that. Ugh. Oh, hey. So what do we do? So let's just hit enter, and it should shut down. Okay. What do we do? I guess we can change this to be something else. No. What do we do? Hmm. Maybe 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 this isn't the right. Maybe VirtualBox doesn't support 2404 yet. What happens if we get 2204? I'm so sorry, everybody. At least we could update notes together, right? And let me just text my wife. Okay, so while we're doing that, I don't really want to sit and figure this out. Well, actually, let's do this. Let's do VBox VGA and just see what happens. And then if it still doesn't work, then yeah, forget it. Let's see here. Mount and retry boot. Oh, we could do a safe graphics. Let's do that. Okay, that looks like it's working so far. Either that or it's just extremely slow. So I'll just leave that running. Why is... Okay, silly VirtualBox. Okay, so let's just write some notes, okay? So let's do this. Let's add a folder called how to, and then recall that we had some learnings about groups, right? Uh, the other day, and let's see here. what we can do is we can look at our bash history. Actually, and we can see what type of commands we used to do group stuff, right? So we'll say this: to get a list of groups belonging to the current user. We'll do this. We need to use groups Roger, but not everybody's Roger, right? So we can do groups user. User is a shell variable that points to your current user. So we can do groups user, right? So we've done group user. Groups user will get a list of groups belonging to our current user. Okay. What else? To add a group to the current user, right? Or to add a user to a group. There we go. A user to a group. We will do sudo usermod -ag group name, and then user. Let's just do user like this. How's that? So then where group name is the group's name. Okay. And then last is to refresh the group, right? So refresh the, I guess, new changes to the group. Basically, when the user gets added, you want to kind of reload, right? So then that will be new grp group name. And I should also say this, where group name is the group's name. Okay. Still running? Still running. Okay. I have a feeling that VirtualBox just doesn't support um, uh, Ubuntu 24, so we're just gonna have to rely on this download to finish. But that's okay. We have 4 minutes. So what I want to do is I want to install Markdown plugin for VS Code so that we can actually render this nicely, right? So we'll just look at the extensions here, and then we can search Markdown, right? Then I think Markdown Preview is like a very popular one. You see there's like 5.8 million installations. So we'll just hit install, and then should go. So now if we were to right click on our Markdown file anywhere, we did Markdown Preview, we actually get a preview of our document, which is cool, right? So yeah, groups.md is going to have some learnings here. So then we can go back to our notes and just say how to, and then we'll just do in Markdown groups. And then I think it's in how to groups, and that's how you create links in Markdown. So if we were to go back to this file, we'll have a link. If we click on here, we'll get to the document that we just wrote here with the group.md. So we'll save that. And then if this is still downloading, that's fine. Okay, cool. Now let's also let's customize. Well, first of all let's customize Ubuntu a little. I mean, this looks a little too stock for me, right? So let's just kind of just theme it a little in the next 3 minutes. So where to go? Let's go to settings. And I'm not really a big fan of the orange here. I like blue, so I'll change that to blue. So now everything is blue-ish. And then I also like a darker wallpaper, so it's less distracting. And I don't like such a huge dock, so I will usually go to, I believe in this version, it's Ubuntu Desktop. I'm going to make the position of new icons, like these icons that get created onto your desktop in the top left instead, so it'll end up looking like this, kind of like a Windows feeling. I don't like my dock on the side. I actually like my dock on the bottom. Oops, on the bottom, right? And I think the icon size is a little too big for me, so I like to reduce that to about maybe 32, enough for everybody else to see. And the same thing for the desktop icons here. I kind of want to just make that small, right? And oops, yeah, my mouse wheel. And then that's about it for this. Keep it simple, you know. And then let's see what else we can do. I think that's it for now. And for Visual Studio Code, I do like the Atom One Dark theme. I'm not sure we installed that. Yeah, we didn't install that. Oh no, it's called One Dark Pro. So it's a better theme in my opinion than the one that is provided by default. So I'll install that theme, and I like One Dark Pro. So already it just feels so much better. So um, yeah, so that's basic customization. And now let's check on our download. Almost there. See, now it's like blue. Let's see what else. Oh, icons. So you can get better icons than these by using, I think it's called VS Code icons as an extension. I like these VS Code icons. I guess just activate. And then if I look at here, I think these are prettier. Next thing I like to customize is my terminal, right? I'm not really a big fan of this purple background, so I'll actually go to preferences here, and then I'll create a new global profile. I'm gonna rename this just to Roger as mine, right? And I usually like, I think it's Tango Dark. Yeah, it's Tango Dark. I like Tango Dark, but I also like higher contrast. So I think I use Gnome. No, not Gnome. Tango. Yeah, Tango as the the text color. Um, Show bold text in bright colors. Yeah, why not? And then what else do I like? Oh, I like a little bit of transparency, right? So I'm not sure where. Oh, right here. So I think this is too transparent and this is less transparent. So I'm just gonna get a slight transparency right there. Yeah. So right there. And then let's see, font. Let's see, what do we have? Um, we need to get some new fonts, but maybe Liberation Mono for now, and not much of a difference. But yeah, let's get new fonts later, and I'll show you how to do that with Cascadia Nerd Font later. But let's roll with this for now. Anyway, um, Ubuntu is complete, so maybe let's just try installing that instead. Let's just shut this down. Okay, and I'll say to eject media soon, maybe. Yeah, which I did. I can't even see the screen. So, whatever. Okay, so let's just, instead of using 24, let's do, where is it? Say that. No. Where we're looking at? Discs. Guess we can just mount a disk. Let's just start it up. It'll ask us again to mount a disk. Yeah, there we go. So then we'll just install 22. Okay, mount and retry boot. Let's maximize that. Okay, let's just regular try install Ubuntu. Already we're off to a good start. Look at that. Yep, already to a good start. Let's see if we can scale this better. Scaled mode? Okay, I'm going to read it this time. The virtual machine window will now be switched to scale mode. You can go back to windowed mode at any time by pressing Host C. Note that the Host key is currently defined as left control. Okay. Note that the main menu bar is hidden in scale mode. You can access it by pressing Host Home. Is this what I really want? Switch? Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. I think this is what I want. Okay, so let's see. I think this is what if I did this. Oh, this is not what I want. Okay, host, host home, host home. Oh, okay, okay. Let's not do scale mode. Okay, but whatever. It looks okay now. Uh, let's do just window size. Okay, let's just install this thing. I don't know. Okay, let's just do. I guess to speed this things up, let's just do minimal, but we also want to, I guess, download updates, install third-party software. I don't know, for media formats. I don't know, maybe there's some other hardware that I'm not aware of. Erase disk and install Ubuntu, and then we'll hit continue, and it should install. And we'll let that run. What else? Oh, I need to log into, let's do this. While we're waiting, wait, hold on. Let's see. Roger VBox. Let's do Ubuntu VM. And then Roger, and then password. Okay. Okay. Actually, it might be already almost done, but yeah, let's just do one thing at a time. Let's just wait for this thing to finish installing. It's like, let's say another minute or so. But um, so once we have this installed, we need to be able to execute our script, right? So I think for now, what we can do is we can just use copy paste from our host VM or from host computer to the VM, save it into a file, and just run it. We'll find a more robust way to do that later through Git. So, or a trick that I like to use. Uh, yeah. Okay, so this is almost finished. Oh, it was just copying files. Okay, let's do this then. Let's log into GitHub, and then let's just turn this folder here into a Git repo and push. So yeah, let's go github.com. And then I am going to sign in real quick, but I'm going to turn off my screen. Not this one, this one. And then by the time I show it again, I should be logged in. Got my two-factor going on. Come on. Okay. Okay, so I have this Git repo installed or created. It's called avg dev. All I have to do is just, I guess, do these commands to initialize my folder as on my local folder as Git repo, right? I guess. So if I were to just toss that here and kind of just put this here, and then this is where I'm at. If I go to the folder where I have all my stuff, right? And you'll have to create your own repo too, obviously, or repo on GitHub. Or if you don't, it's fine. So first I do git init, right, to initialize a .git folder, right? And it's going to use master as a default branch, which is fine, I guess. And then we had a README file. We had to commit our first files. So if I did git status, now I can run git status, right? Because it's a git repo now through the use of git init. Since I have a git ignore and I don't think I have any files that have very sensitive things, right? I'm just gonna go on ahead and git add everything on my current directory. So that's what the dot is, right? At your current directory, right? So if I did that, I did git status again, I'll have everything, right? But I'm gonna have to commit first. So I'll just say first commit, right? And then they'll say, okay, well, I don't know who you are. Can you configure, what your name and username, your username and email is gonna be like? So I'm gonna do that right now. So git config global user dot email. That's going to be my email, right? And then I'm also going to configure my name. I'm just going to call myself Roger. Okay, can we do it again? Let's see. There we go. So now commits work. So okay, so we're clean. So then we're gonna have to push our local changes. This is like the first time, like you have to set the origin, remote origin, right? Like you have a local repo, you initialize like you turned your local folder into a git repo, but it doesn't know where it would push to, right? So you have to like kind of link the two. You have to link your local with the remote by just following this command right here. So I'm just gonna copy, paste, and that will actually now set the origin, the remote origin, to be the Git repo up at top, right? And one thing is that I'm gonna have to um, provide some credentials once I push. So I'll show you how to do that too. But I'm gonna show you what happens when you're not really authenticated on your local computer first, right? So if I did git push, right? Or sorry, git push, I think u origin master. Yeah. So so if I run this command right here, but in this case instead of main we use master, right? It's going to ask for like credentials. Okay. So if I say yes, I want to continue connecting. It's going to say, well, you can't because I don't recognize who you are. So basically, you're gonna have to generate, like for this computer, since it's like a fresh install, you're gonna have to generate a public private key, and then basically add your public SSH key to GitHub so it's recognized, and then you can log in, right? So how would you do that, right? I like to just do this: SSH keygen, right? -t, right? And then I'll just say RSA, which is basically an RSA public private key, right? So once you do that, it'll prompt you where you want to store your public private key, right? And all I do is just press enter, like completely. And I'm gonna do that off camera, and I'm gonna basically clear my screen, but I'm also going to just copy my public key into GitHub, and then we'll be good, right? But just remember, you always have to do that on a fresh install, especially when you're using SSH for GitHub. And there's documentation on the internet for that too. So I'm gonna just do that real quick. Alrighty. So it's like on settings, SSH and GPG keys, and I just do this, just paste in your public key, and then I'll just add the SSH key. Then I'm going to go all the way back to my repo. Clear this. And then I'm going to try to push again. Okay, so, all right. So let's do it. I've added my SSH key in, right? And let's try. Does it work? Does not work. There we go. It works. So if I refresh this, right? We're good, right? So here's a script that we just wrote. Post install.sh. Simple, right? Okay, so now let's see if we're done. We're not done yet, but kind of want to show you how we would um, run our script on like a fresh install, right? So let's just do this real quick. What is this? Spectre V2 NX, whatever. It's a VM, so who cares? I'm not running this on production. By the way, this is 2204. I just named it as 2404, but I should rename that later. So, okay. Anyway, so we're gonna use how we're gonna get this script running in our VM. What we do is we don't have curl, right? But we'll use a command called wget, right? So wget, right, is basically kind of like a sort of like a lighter version of curl, I guess, where you can actually give a URL and it'll return you the response of that URL, right? And so what I like to do is I like to just get the URL of the raw file of the script that I want. So in this case, I'm here in this post install.sh. I go in here and I just do raw, right? And then I have this raw text file, right? And what I usually just do is then in my wget, I just paste in this script, and then I will then usually pipe it into bash, right? But let's just see what it looks. Well, it's not as easy as just piping a bash. You need to provide some switches, right? So if I just hit enter with this, you're going to see a lot of uh, logging along with a status message that says post install sh save. So it's like a downloader, right? That's what wget is. The issue with this is that now that you have it, which I probably overwrote, I didn't realize that nothing changed, or something did change. But anyway, I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to revert, right? So an easy GUI way to do that is just to revert like this, right? So I did this again, right? Nothing changed. Okay, so let's just make sure I get out of here just so I don't mess myself up again. So, so how do we actually, instead of having all this stuff, right? How do we actually get that raw text to appear in our terminal so that we can actually do something with it in an automated way? So I like to, I think, pass in the switches -q and an O, right, with another dash. When we do that, it'll actually then download but display just the contents of the downloaded file, right? So then we can actually utilize a command like this to actually then pipe the results here to bash, and it will just like execute as if you typed all this stuff here. So we can like try that real quick, right, in our VM once we are able to. Let's see. Hello. You know what? Let's just hard reset and see what happens. Let's see, how do we do this? Machine reset. Don't show this again. I know I will lose my data. Okay. Looks like it's booting up now. Shared clipboard. Yeah, let's do a shared clipboard. Let's do bidirectional so that, both the guest and the VM has access to the clipboard, so we can just copy paste URL, or we can just go to GitHub, you know. Yeah, this is not working again. Wonder why. Why is it so hard to run this thing? Is there something wrong with my computer? Oh, here's all the scaling. It's good to know. If I hit enter, does something happen? No. Is it because I changed the display settings? Let's see. If I were to then shut down, wow, it is something is wrong with the graphics. VBox SVGA. If I did this, would that help? Okay, I don't want, how do I just ignore this? Oh my gosh. Well, look, it works. Okay, I don't know why, but okay, sure. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know if the fix was to just set the display back to, what did I set it to? VMSVGA and then enable 3D acceleration. I don't know why that works. I'll just take it. Anyway, just go through the same setup process, whatever. So the script should be compatible with 22. We didn't use anything special, right? So let's see if we can actually do superkey text editor. Let's see if we can actually copy paste stuff from here to the VM, right? So no, we can't. But can we do shared clipboard? Guess we can't. Well, we can just go to GitHub, and my GitHub repo would be, let's see here, Urban Sprinter AVG Dev, right? So going back to our VM, I'll do github.com, and let's scale this so it's easier to see. Let's scale to 175. Yeah, github.com, Urban Sprinter AVG Dev. Oh my goodness, just install now. Just download it while we're AVG Dev. And then we'll go to tool scripts, post install, and then we'll go to raw. And then we'll actually have this URL here, which always points to the script in master, right? So what do we do now? Let's do, should I let this run? Okay, hold on. Gotta respond to a text. Okay, let's just run it. We're not installing any, oh, actually, no, it's downloading, installing, it's probably locked. We're gonna get there. It's the last thing it has to download. That's like the biggest thing. In the meantime, let's see if I can actually rename this thing. Can we rename? Oh, we're so restricted. Okay. Yeah, for sure I cannot download and install things while these updates are going. I'm just gonna say something locked or something like that. But I guess let's continue up or customizing our machine. So I also like to have a system monitor. Ooh, not wrong one. System monitor. So I just have this up, like, always in front of me, right? In case. Another good one that I like is BTOP, right? It's like a slick resource monitor. So if I did a sudo apt install btop, I'll show you real quick. Um, with the btop, you actually have this pretty slick monitor here. It's the same thing as like all the other tools around, like htop or like system monitor, but you have cool things where you can just like monitor your CPU utilization in terms of like percentage, your GPU, total memory. Like you get this from like Info or something like that. And this is like disks. You can get the same thing from like DF, right? Then you'll see like your network transfer. I like this a lot, especially when I'm transferring files, right? So I like to measure how much I've uploaded or downloaded in a session. So to exit, you just hit Q, and then you can also like kind of kill programs too here, right? Using your arrow key. So yeah, let's go back and check up on this thing here. It looks like it is now installing those updates, or no, it's still downloading. Whoa, look at this. It's going from 239 to 240 perpetually. Why is that? Oh, now all of a sudden it's 255 out of 254. That's odd. How bizarre. 250. Okay, apparently we had a lot more to download. Okay. Anyway, is that it? Wow, more stuff. It did say there was like 300 megabytes worth of stuff, but I think we're well past that. See, there's 250. Okay, never mind. This better be fast. Although this one has like 4 CPU cores, it should be fast. So is that? Let's see, system monitor. Let's see how much it's using here. Yeah, well, it's only using pretty much one, I guess, one V CPU. Is that what we call it? Um, there's definitely enough memory to go around. So yeah, I can see it's definitely pinned on this second CPU here. It should be done soon. Init ramfs again. Once I see this, it means we're almost there. Okay. And Ubuntu Pro. Done? Almost done? No. Snap D. Awkward silence, I know. I know, awkward silence. So actually, let me kind of hide this a little bit because I want to show like kind of like the magic of it all. Come on, almost there. Great. I'm probably likely gonna have to restart this thing, which is fine. Yeah, just restart now. Just do it. Just do it. I don't want to mess around anymore. Just do it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go back to our shell script here. So we had this shell script with the post install.sh. So again, you know, if you were in a new system and you wanted to automate or automatically install all this stuff, so let's just check. Do we have curl? No, we don't have curl. Do we have node? No, we don't have node. So what do we need to do? Again, the command is wget qo dash, and then the URL to the script we want, right? And then pipe that into bash. So pipe that output to bash. Once we do that, it's going to ask us for password for sudo, and then the rest should just go, right? So it's going to do sudo apt update. It's going to do the upgrade, and then now it's going to probably just then install curl, vim, build essential, GNOME tweaks, and git, right? So while it's installing, do we have tweaks? No, we don't, right? Maybe it's searching for it, but I'm pretty sure we don't. So we'll let that go. So build essential is kind of big, right? But yeah, that's like the gist of it. That's like a basic bootstrap install, right? And we're gonna, make this a little nicer as we build this up, and then we're gonna have an easier way to, automate this script. So again, you're just watching me do stuff on the computer. Don't really have plans for anything. It's been a long one already, mainly because of typical computer issues. So this one is installing Volta, it looks like, and then now it's installing Node automatically, and that's it. We're done. So let's see. We have curl. Yes, we have curl. We have Node. Yes, we. Wait, no. Source -rc. Do we have Node? Yes, we have Node. And then let's see what else we have. Do we have Vim? Yes, we have Vim. So we have everything. Nice. All right. So I'm going to end it right here. And then maybe next time we're going to just maybe set up a basic front end to just make this better. In the meantime, I'll be more prepared on this whole VM thing. And yeah, we won't run into snags next time, hopefully. Bye-bye.